A lot of people, you talk to them, what's money? Money is a piece of paper. If you think this is money, you don't understand the system. 92% of US dollars are not even physical. If your assets, if your investments are not increasing more than 7%, you're losing money. Do you want the thing that is infinite and unlimited and not scarce? Or do you want the thing that is limited, secure, and scarce?
We have Jhon here in our podcast, Papo Gringo. So Papo Gringo is a podcast that give voice to immigrants that live out of Brazil. But I can call Jhon also a gringo, so, let's start. Solta o play. Mas antes de começar, antes de começar, não deixa eu esquecer não. Dá um like aí, faz parte dessa comunidade nossa, entendeu? A gente tá começando, começamos agora, esse é um podcast novo, então a sua ajuda vai ser muito importante, beleza? Dá o play e vamos lá para essa conversa legal. So, Jhon, thank you for joining us on our podcast. It's a pleasure for me. I believe you have a lot to talk about here. You are a dad, a father, 3 kids, married with a Brazilian woman, a teacher of Tampa University, and also a very a specialist in crypto, on Bitcoin.
Yeah,
so thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We love the studio. Done a lot of work and everything looks great.
Thanks so much. Yeah. So, tell me about you, Jhon. Tell me. So,
it's been a long, winding road, and I was born in Florida, born down here, but I've lived all over the world, Japan, Korea, Philippines. I've done a lot of traveling the past few years too, and going around the world talking about Bitcoin and economics, because it's really the most important topic right now in economics is what is money. So like if I asked you, what is money? How would you reply?
Well, I would say there's something that gives you opportunity to buy something, to get things for yourself, right?
Yeah. How about you, Lucas?
I feel like the same way.
Same. Yeah, if you ask...
A kind of exchange.
Yeah, medium of exchange. But everyone kind of has their own definition for money. And a couple of years ago, Elon Musk said money isn't real. So he probably knows a little bit about money.
Mm-hmm.
And he says it's not real. So that gets people thinking a little deeper. The money isn't just the dollar bills or the AIs in your wallet.
Mm-hmm.
92% of US dollars are not even physical. They're digital.
Mm-hmm.
So what is money? Money is a medium of exchange, like you said. It's a system. It's a social construct. And the more people question what is money, the more people want alternatives to the current fiat system. So, one alternative is metals. This is actually a piece of silver minted as Bitcoin. So, silver and gold have been off the charts, blowing up in price the past year or two. Yeah.
So do you believe Satoshi really think like that before? Satoshi, he was on the same path a long time ago. If it was him that created the Bitcoin.
Yeah, well, we don't know who he was, but definitely he did. Whether it was a team of people or an individual, we're still not sure. But he was unhappy with the current system.
And he came up with the idea of Bitcoin right after the crisis of 2008. So he knows that something was really bad. That's why he creates some kind of escape of the money.
So I think people really need to change their perspective on what is money, and then they'll notice improvements in their financial and economic lives. So understanding it's a system. And if you understand the system, then you can have more success in making money. Most people think, I'm just going to make money. I have to work hard. I have to do this. I have to do that. Very few people start from the other side and saying, what is money? What is the system? And if I understand the system, everything I do within the system will benefit me more monetarily.
So do you believe everyone should invest their money in Bitcoin and crypto?
But yeah, so I never tell people to buy Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I do and many people that have. Anyone that has bought Bitcoin and held it for more than 4 years, it's been one of the best financial decisions of their lives, period. That's just a fact.
If you bought it 2 weeks ago, you'd be in profit already.
Yeah, you'd be in 10%. It's like 2 weeks, 10%. Okay, that's nice.
So that's what you got here since the beginning.
Yeah, so I mean, should you buy Bitcoin? You should definitely research Bitcoin. Everyone should research Bitcoin. Everyone should research money. What is money? What is the government doing with money? What are rich people doing with money? How do they see money? They see it differently than, middle class or even, lower class people. Lower class people, they're always, they're always on paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Because they don't understand what money is. They say, well, I just don't have enough money. That's why I'm poor. Well, it's usually a mindset.
Yeah.
Plenty of very rich people have gone bankrupt. So Mike Tyson was bankrupt. Elton John, bankrupt. Donald Trump, bankrupt. Did they not have enough money, or did they just make some mistakes? So people think, well, I'm poor. I don't have enough money because I'm poor, and I'm poor because I don't have enough money. Just round and round. That's cyclical thinking, and it's a mindset. That's a poverty mindset.
Got it. El Salvador could be an example of applying crypto in society. Because El Salvador now has a whole system, using Bitcoin. So what do you think about it?
I got a little sidetrack on that one, but I want to answer the things that you can't control. So you can't control your government. You can't control what they're doing. That's the macro. That's the big picture. And that is like the ocean. You can't control if it's a storm.
I think talking about this, we kind of go back to what is money, because the politics kind of affect the money. Because if you see like Brazil right now, the way that politics work, the Brazilian money is not really worth too much.
Americans think we have bad inflation, but around the world, it's like worse inflation.
Well, it's all about
you can
print
see
money,
like
right?
Argentina, it got better like the last year with this new president. But before, with like $10, you could go to best steakhouse in Argentina. So the politics kind of affects the money, how much the money is, the value and everything.
Sure.
You can't control the ocean. You can't control the storm. You can't control the politicians, all that big picture stuff. What you can control is the micro and the individual. You're the captain of your own boat. No one changes that. You're the captain of your own ship. The ocean's going to be how it's going to be. You're the captain of your own ship. And you have to be wise. You have to be strategic. And you have to do the best that you can do with the ship that you have, period. No one controls that as if for you.
Find the better winds, right? Yeah. To take you to the island.
I could talk to you all day about problems in America, problems in Brazil, negative. But when I go to the beach here, Clearwater Beach, go on a 3-mile walk, swim in the water, and just think, all positive. I got dreams, I got plans, and those are gonna manifest into reality. So everyone can do that, no matter what level you're at. You control your own decisions. A lot of people make bad decisions and they blame the macro. They blame this or that. Well, are you making good decisions yourself? Are you get out of bed?
I can tell that myself, being honest with me. I've done so many. Yeah, well, at least I'm glad I have you here. So I know this guy for quite some time. So, but there's always some things for him to teach me, and I'm glad you're here talking.
We have some great talks, man. We have some great. Finally, we're putting them on a podcast. We've had a lot of great talks over the years.
Yeah.
So a lot of things you can't control. Control what you can control, and do your best. If you want to criticize yourself. Criticize yourself for improvements, not for guilt, but for motivation. When I see the negative in the system, some people, you can get depressed, you can get sad, you get discouraged. That's no good for anybody. When I see the money printing, when I see the inflation, when I see the corruption, when I see the corporate greed, I don't get depressed or sad. I get pissed off and motivated. I'm going to work harder. That's the enemy. Well, I got to up my game myself.
That's good. Yeah.
So it's just two ways of looking at two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. For those people who get mad and they don't know what to do with their life, then start to read news about government, just forget about it, right? If they're going to make them go into the wrong path, forget about it. I know some people.
Some people check out too.
Yeah.
Some people, it's like, well, I'm just going to watch sports for 10 hours on the weekend. Oh, I'm just going to be obsessed with Taylor Swift or whatever she's doing, whoever she's dating. I don't care. Lock in on your own life. What's Bitcoin doing? What's gold doing? How do I understand that system?
That's good. So, that's interesting. Wow. Anything more to talk about that? So.
Hey, all day.
So anyway, you mentioned that you married to a Brazilian woman, right? How does it feel, America being married to a Brazilian woman. How do you feel like?
Feels great.
It's great.
Obviously, I love my wife. Beautiful, fun, talented. And we have 3 great kids. It's only possible because of her. So, I love her. She's great. The cultural differences, there's definitely some cultural differences.
Of course.
Time. Are you on time or are you late?
Oh, Brazilians are always late.
We have that. Like, you have to accept that because, like, if you go to Brazil and they tell you a party is 1:00 and you get there 1:00, nobody's gonna be ready. Not even the person who's doing the party.
That's true. Do you know when I realized that I had opportunity to live in Germany for 2 years? So, and then I knew we already like that, always late for everything. But when I was going to restaurants with the family that I was living with, and they very punctual, say, "Oh my God, Brazilians, they suck with time." So really, we're not punctual at all.
No,
I can tell myself, but there's
it's always like 2 hours. If it's 1:00, it's actually 3:00. So it's always 2 hours later.
Even the clocks. Even the clocks.
Even the clocks.
Our clock in our kitchen was broken for a week. I said, Bianca, did you even notice that?
No, it's about culture thing. But talking about
time. But I mean, hey, respect where it's due. Brazil, you got better food than us. I'll give you that for sure. You guys know how to party way better than us. So give and take.
We thought you guys party better than us when we were kids because we watch American Pie movies and stuff like that, right? We'd be like, bro, I want to party in America. Like they got this coloring cups.
No, I'm gonna tell you one thing. When I moved to this house and I saw I have a grass to cut, I say, oh my God, now I feel like an American guy cutting the grass every weekend. I used to see that in the movies. So it feels so good. I'm getting tired of it, but it feels so great to cut the grass. Well, I feel so American.
You've integrated very well. Like you're one of this community. This community is a very American community. Your neighbors. But you've integrated. You don't cause problems. Everyone loves you. You invite your neighbors over. Everyone loves you. So when people complain about like not being accepted, always look at yourself.
Yeah. Like
you're Brazilian. You're loved in this community, period.
As a Brazilian, I make parts and I invite them.
Yeah. Don't cause any problems.
They love it.
No.
You're a hard worker. You welcome everyone in and they go, Bruno, he's Brazilian. He's a great host, a cool guy. So you're loved in this community. So I'm saying you take care of yourself and don't worry about like, well, why am I not fitting? Well, maybe you need to do better yourself. Like you are doing, and you're an example of that. A Brazilian integrating like perfectly into a very American community here.
Yeah, there is always space to improve anything in your life, but
You've done great.
Yeah, it's been what now, like in America, all these years. I mean, 14 if you count all the years that I came and back for it. So it's been about 15 years that I'm living in America. So
you learn the language perfect. You learn the culture.
I still have my accent. I will always have. I'm always gonna be a gringo.
Accent's good, man. My wife lost her accent after a year. I don't know how. She learned perfect English. Yeah. So I kind of like a little accent, but hers is gone.
Yeah. Well, change the subject. I know. Well, not change, but you've been to all of the world, right? Yeah. South America, Japan, but you lived in South America. So how's culture in South America? I think they have a strong culture, right?
South Korea?
South Korea. South Korea.
South Korea, yeah.
It's a super high-tech country, I think.
It's a first world country. It's in a lot of ways, it's more advanced than America. Their transportation system, their healthcare system, their education system is more advanced than America, period. Same thing in Japan. Obviously, lower crime in those countries, which is great for raising a family. The food is healthier. And I got lots of love for Asia, Japan, Korea. But they're also a little more strict. If you cause problems over there, they're not going to allow you. You're going to be out.
Oh, especially when you on a train, nobody talks to each other, right? They keep quiet. It's safe. It's safe, isn't it?
In America, riding the train is not safe. It's not clean.
Oh yeah, they just. I saw a video of a guy killed a woman inside. It was a train, right?
That was bad.
Stabbed the girl.
Yeah, that was
the Ukrainian girl.
Yeah, that happened. No, that happened quite time ago, but that was sad. Yeah. Yeah, but in South Korea, you don't. I think it's more. You're not even allowed to fight in the streets. You mean? You have some. I think they're very strict.
Anyway.
No, I mean.
Maybe in Brazil we are.
No. Okay, I know it sounds stupid, but what I'm trying to say, they have more restrict, laws for people that fight on the street.
So, for example, Japan, it just doesn't come into their mind to cause these problems that we see in American cities or in some Brazilian cities. Like, it's not safe. But in Japan, you can be in Tokyo, 2 a.m., out with your friends, no worries, no fear, total safety. It's just not in their mind to do these things and to cause these problems that we have in America and Brazil.
God.
So
maybe they have different problems.
Every country has problems.
Well, South Korea have to deal with North Korea, so it's a problem that they have. They never know something's going to drop and they, have. I don't know. It's crazy how they have it over there. But I heard it's in South Korea. Just one more thing about it. If you're drinking that on with somebody, and if you don't want to drink anymore, it's better to leave your cup half fill, because if you drink it all, somebody's gonna come and pour for you, and if you don't accept, you're gonna have trouble, right? Right? Yeah. I mean, Koreans
can drink and
a lot,
and it matches with like the Korean barbecue, the galbi, or the galbi is like the beef ribs, and then the samgyeopsal is the pork. It's like fatback, thick piece of bacon, basically. Mm-hmm. And you're cooking that on the grill, drinking soju with your friends, drinking mekju, that's the beer, height and kas. Koreans know how to have a good time too. Okay. And I honestly miss the food over there. And
Korean barbecue is really good.
Yeah,
no, I like Asian food.
Yeah.
Have you been to Brazil?
Yeah, I've been to Brazil 3 or 4 times. I love the barbecue, the feijoada.
Where you been in Brazil? What states?
So my wife is a Paulista, so I've been to Sao Paulo. I've been to Salvador. Floripa, that was my favorite place.
Oh, Floripa. Yeah. I've never been there, but I heard it's
pretty cool, man.
Cool.
Yeah. And then just in the countryside, one thing I really like about Brazil is all the farmland. And it's just going out in nature and just seeing all the green and all the animals and the fresh fruits down there. It doesn't even compare.
Yeah,
You feel safe walking in Brazil when you go there? You feel a little, no? You feel a little...
Statistic. I'm an economist. It's just, for me, it's about data. It's about statistics and, Salvador, you're not safe in Salvador. That's just a fact. So,
you mean, so you're talking about El Salvador?
No, Salvador.
Salvador, Bahia. Oh, Salvador, Bahia.
Yeah.
Oh, Bahia.
Yeah. Oh, no, yes.
Yeah, Bahia, Bahia.
But where you feel like the safest that you went in Brazil? Floripa?
Yeah.
Floripa, right?
Yeah, and just when you're out of the city, I think it's safer. Yeah. But I mean, that's not just Brazil. When I go to LA is not safe.
Oh, San Francisco.
I kind of feel safe everywhere in here because where I'm from in Brazil, I'm
going to be honest.
Anything's better than that.
Yeah, because I'm from Vespasiano, bro. So anything is better than Vespasiano.
Yeah, Vespasiano is a city kind of dangerous in Brazil. You want
to feel safe? Go to Dubai.
Oh yeah,
Dubai is even safer than Asia. You cause trouble over there, it's incredibly strict. They do not tolerate any level of crime. Mm-hmm. In Dubai. It's case by case. I mean, it's all relative.
Yeah.
I feel safe in Tampa. That's why we're here.
Yeah, here, this is the place that I felt the most safe in America.
Your neighborhood is perfect, dude.
Yeah, he loads Florida at all. Do you think there's anything? San Francisco, crazy. New Jersey.
It's a shame.
Yeah, I don't know. Is anything about? Is anything related to the type of government we have over there? So I don't know if I'm going to go through
There's a lot of factors. There's a lot of factors. And people blame it on guns.
I was going to ask you about that.
Florida has some of the highest gun ownership. I guarantee you, this neighborhood, there's way more guns than people in this neighborhood. And there's no crime. Period.
Yeah, that makes, when you have when it's easier for you to have a gun, that makes the the society, the place more safe.
I just think like
right? What do you think? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of safe, but I feel there's a lot of crazy people too that have guns. Especially me that I drive all day with Amazon. So if you cut the wrong guy, he's already flipping guns on you. So I think, in my opinion, for you have a guns, you at least have some a doctor saying you okay to have a gun, you know?
I kind of agree with that because anyone is allowed to buy guns. I think if you could go through a process to see if you have any mental problem, things like that. That's just my opinion. But there is no doubt that you don't want to scream at anybody else on the traffic anymore. So that makes the traffic more easy. You know, you don't want to scream at anybody.
My friend that works
in New York City, everybody's screaming to each other. That's a chaos, you know. So
I had a friend in Brazil that he came to visit me, and he stayed in my house for like a week, and we were doing deliveries in New York. So he's like, "Bro, why is this siren going on all day? Like all day?" And like the third day that we went to New York again, the first time when I get out of the bridge to go to New York, he went in my car. He's like, let me beep. So you gotta beep. You gotta get into the motion of the city. And then he opened it. Fuck you, motherfucker. I was like, bro, chill.
I was doing.
He's like, no, that's New York.
I can tell so many stories, but it's crazy.
Yeah, because New York, you really. Yeah, thankfully, nobody has guns because if it would be a everyday shooting.
What I'm saying is the amount of shootings are not equals the amount of guns. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of factors. But there's a ton of guns in this neighborhood that we're living in now. There's people in this neighborhood that have 10 or 20 guns, dude. You know that.
Yeah, I know that.
And there's no gun problems here in this neighborhood. In Chicago, guns are illegal. But Chicago has some of the highest homicide rates in the world.
Why?
And New Jersey too is illegal.
It's a basic concept of if you're a criminal,
you can't defend
you don't care
yourself.
that guns are illegal because you are a criminal.
Yeah.
That's the fact. So we made a law that you can't own guns. Okay. This person doesn't obey the law in the first place. Period. Yeah. There's more guns in America than people.
Yeah.
If you want to get a gun, you're going to get a gun.
And there is more illegals guns than legals, right? How do you call that?
I don't know about that data. But yeah, I don't want to talk about guns too much, but
it's okay. We can talk about
I'm just saying there's not a direct relationship between the amount of guns and the amount of homicides. And your neighborhood is an example of that. And Chicago is an example of that.
Just to finish on that, Brazil, when Bolsonaro was elected, he was on a government. He made it easy to get a gun. And what happened to the crime? It low down. You can see the charge says that. So
it's just data.
The data shows
because
that.
Because if I'm a criminal, I think like that. Like if I'm a criminal and I live in Texas, I would never rob nobody's house. Never.
You're risking
but in
your
Jersey,
life.
I would have fuck it. This guy has no guns. What are you gonna do?
So what's next?
But yeah, let's get one thing I really want to talk about today is basically the economics of cost of living, standard of living, and inflation. That's something that affects all of us, all races, all political parties, all religions. All these different groups that people fall into, economics and inflation affects us all. Mm-hmm. So that's something we can be united on. That's something we can, just stop all the infighting on. And that's why I want to educate people about money, so they understand what's really happening. No matter what country, religion, race, etc., fill in the blank, we have the same oppressor. We fight amongst ourselves about the smallest things. People fight about each other, what sports team they follow, what politician they do. What? Fill in the blank. We're always fighting each other, but we share the same oppressor. The oppressor is the bankers creating this money supply and wrecking our standard of living, devaluing our labor consistently, constantly, steadily. You're working harder, but you feel poor. Why is that? You're working harder, but you feel poor. Why? Money printing. They don't even print it anymore. They just type it. Money creation. And they have a very confusing explanation. What happened? Well, we don't know what happened. It's really complicated. You need to listen to all these economists with PhDs. Well, yeah, that's me too. But I'm honest. I'm not getting paid by the government. I'm not getting paid by some corporation. I'm just shooting straight because it really bothers me to see the middle class in America and Brazil crushed by cost of living. We say it's a K-shaped economy. Yeah, if you're at the top, you're getting richer. The rich get richer. And they say the poor get poorer. It's not just that anymore. The rich get richer. The middle class becomes poor. That's what we've seen in Brazil. That's what we're beginning to see in America. The middle class family cannot afford an average house. Middle class family can't afford a medium house, period. Medium house in America, pull it up, $410,000. $410,000, almost $500,000 for the average house. Not a nice house, just a median thing. 3, 2, garage. What we're in right now. This is a medium house.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. How are you going to change that? How can we help change that? Because we cannot change. But I'm
going to be fine. And anyone that locks in is going to be fine. You can't work your way out of inflation, period. Put up that into the money supply chart. This is the amount of dollars in the system. This one starts in 1990. So we have a 35-year data set here. And so it's billions of dollars, but it's, thousands of billions. So it's trillions. So at the top right now, we have $22 trillion. This is the most important chart for anyone learning economics, period.
It keeps just going up.
Yeah, it's
never going to go down.
Pretty clear trend, right?
Yeah. It's funny that I learned a little bit about money when I started about crypto, like back in 2017, right, Bruno?
Yes.
When we started doing crypto. Yeah. So I learned about I even teach Bruno about this. So Bruno, when you buy a coin, you got to look at the supply. Because if the supply is high and they keep putting more supply, the coin is never going to, like Dogecoin. What is the other one? XRP, and there's the other one, Shiba, yeah, like how many supply? Like trillions of coins. So Bitcoin is the only coin that they have 21 million coins only. So when is going to be the last mine?
Over 100 years.
In 100 years. So in 100 years, it's going to be mined the last Bitcoin. So
approximately. So here's the point. Look this up. It's just called Fred M2, period. Very simple. Houses are more expensive. Well, oh yeah, okay. Beef is more expensive. Steak is more expensive. University is more expensive. Healthcare is more expensive. House is more expensive. In 1990, the money supply is under 3 trillion. Looks like about 2 trillion. 1990. This is the data from the government. This is the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. They do the data and statistics for the Fed. This is the government's own data. So they're showing, look at that. That's $2 trillion. Approximately $2 trillion in 1990. Going from 2 trillion to 22 trillion. 11x. 11 times.
That's
35 years, the money supply has increased by approximately 11x. Over 10 times. Over, 1,000%.
Do you feel like the COVID kind of helped to everything get worse? Because if you see it start in 2020,
if we zoomed in on this chart, you can see money supply before the economic response. Money supply was a little over 15 trillion, and then it went up to 22 trillion.
So basically, in 5 years, we got $7 trillion.
It was like it was 2 years.
2 years.
And then we would need to zoom in, but they toned it back in 2022. But there was a 2-year time period where they printed a little less than 7 trillion. It was like $6.5 trillion, and that equated to 45% money supply increase. So these are very simple numbers. People need to understand what's happening. So during COVID, as a response to the economic decisions, the lockdowns, etc., They increased money supply by 45%. And yeah, of course things got more expensive. Eggs through the roof, milk through the roof, gas through the roof. $6 gas, $6 eggs. What was milk? $6-7?
Because I feel like
ground beef, 50%.
I feel like these 5 years from 2020 to now 2025, we feel a lot of difference. Like comparing to like since 1990 to 2020.
2002.
Because you feel it, but you don't feel too much as these 5 years. Because if you think about in 2019, if you make $1,000 a week and today you make $1,000 a week, it's totally different. Totally different.
And the average payment, it doesn't go equal, right?
That's the point.
You're still making this money.
Your wages will go up at like 3%. So your wages will go up, we'll say 3% average.
What is the yearly inflation in America?
7%.
7%.
According to this. Look at the house prices. Pull up the median house. This is a little longer time frame. This goes back to, it looks like
96,
or maybe like 65 or something.
65.
So it's a little too long. But if we zoomed in here to like the year 2000, go up on the year 2000, and go down. So in the year 2000, looking at the chart, the year 2000, the median house price is $162,000. 25 years ago, 162. Today it's 410. Show them the current. Yeah. So this is, anyone can fact check this stuff. Median sales price of houses sold for the United States. So 410. It's actually come down a little bit. It went up to like, I think 430 or 440. And it has come down a little bit. But it's still expensive because it went up so much during the pandemic time. They printed money, 45% increase in supply. Houses go up by approximately, I think it's around 30% as a response to the money printing.
That making kids stay more time with their family, right?
The American dream used to be that you can just get if you were an average person, you could have a good standard of living. That was in, the 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
The American dream was you don't have to be rich to have a good standard of living. The American dream is you can be just a normal family and still get to go vacation, get to go out to a decent restaurant once, twice a week, send your kids to school and it's safe. They get a good education. Healthcare is okay. You can own your own house and you can have 2 cars. That's the basic American dream.
There's no more American dream now?
Not for the middle class.
Not for the middle class. So you guys, no more American dreams, right? Don't come to my, no, I'm kidding. No more. You get educated, know how to deal with money, and then you come.
It's not paradise up here is what the point is.
Like it used to be, right?
80s, 90s. I lived through it. It was great. 80s and 90s in America was phenomenal, dude. It was great. But it's gradual. It's it's gradual tightening. It's nothing all of a sudden. It's what it is this. You're making 3% more each year. Things are getting 7% more each year. That's a difference of 4% each year. Okay, well, that's only 4%. Yeah. Multiply that. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 25 years. And all of a sudden, that house that was $162,000, the same house, median house, is now $410,000. So, the house got more valuable. Really? The dollar got less valuable.
But you don't have the money to buy the house. So
it's not that things are getting more expensive; it's just that the dollar's getting less valuable. Period. But people need to flip their paradigm. People need to understand money. They need to understand the system. And if they don't, they'll always be wondering, why do I have all this credit card debt? Why do I have to rent?
And then the credit card debt in America have never been so high.
Yeah, you could pull that up. If you go Fred, credit card debt, consumer debt. I want to say, I know it's over $1 trillion. I think credit card debt is, I don't want to say a number, I think around 1.2 trillion. And then like the student loan debt is like 1.7 trillion. And people have their car payments, people have insurance. So that's the macro, that's the negative. But pull up the Bitcoin chart. Anyone can get into Bitcoin. So people say, well, Bitcoin's too expensive. It's $122,000. Yeah, and you're going to say it's too expensive when it's $500,000. Then you'll say it's too expensive when it's $1 million. People said it was too expensive when it's $20,000. It's all relative. There's a few key points I want people to understand. The real rate of inflation and cost of living increase is the money supply. Everything is valued in dollars. Prices are in dollars. It's just basic logic. You don't need a PhD to understand it. Everything's priced in dollars. If there's more dollars in circulation, the prices of each thing go up. More supply of dollars, less value of dollars. More supply of dollars, higher prices of goods and services and assets. So if something doesn't have a limited supply, it's not valuable. Economics 101, every class. Scarcity is the primary determinant of economic value. Number 2 is use value. Scarcity is the primary determinant of economic value. If it's rare, why is gold valuable? Well, you can use it for a few things, but the monetary value is the scarcity and the difficulty to create. It's difficult to mine for gold. You have to use energy, you have to use time, you have to use resources. So if you need all of those 3 things, then the price of that thing that you get
I have my Bitcoin miner already.
Yeah.
I can show you.
Break out that Bitcoin miner.
Let me get it.
Cut. This is perfect. Come into Bruno's garage, Bruno's studio, and we got a miner. We have a legit miner here.
Legit, one of the first ones, right?
Yeah, old school, but it's good.
But yeah, I got like $2 million there, I think.
Yeah, yeah, a few hundred Bitcoin on.
Yeah, I've been using since the beginning. Thank you, Lucas. We built that together. We built that up together. Right? We Google.
Yeah, I'm a Bitcoin economist. I am not a technical person. So honestly, you guys know about as much about these as I do.
We make the money, you care of the money.
This is this is probably the Ant miner S2 or S9. I'm not sure.
It's called Dragon Mint, but yeah, like
the first one is the S2. But Bruno, I remember in 2017, Bruno he built for me Ethereum miner.
What year?
2017.
Yeah, we did it.
I bought 3 graphic cards, and he built a big mining rig like this. And I used to make $56 a day of Ethereum.
And believe it or not, we still poor.
There's a moral to this story. Don't tell me $56. Tell me how many Ethereum you're getting each day.
Well, at the time, the Ethereum was like $200 each in 2017. So it was
each day you're getting like a quarter
Ethereum. And I was doing like 2 Ethereum Classic a day.
What happened, guys?
I was just a kid. I didn't know how to do the money.
I used to live in a house that I didn't pay electric bill, so it was amazing.
Yeah, it's mindset. It's a lot of people who own Bitcoin or Ethereum early days, they're just like, maybe they bought it and then it doubled. Yeah. And they're like, okay, cool, I'm in profit, sell it. And then after that, it went up, another 10 times.
I sold the whole Bitcoin for 20,000.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the first no commercial Bitcoin purchase was 2 pizzas for 10,000 BTC in 2010.
By a Florida man, too.
Yeah, was a Florida man? Yeah.
Today, worth what?
It's
like
crazy,
$1 billion?
What is we said? 10,000 or
10,000. 10,000.
2 pizzas, 10,000.
So yeah, the first no commercial Bitcoin purchase was 2 pizzas for 10,000 BTC in 2010.
$1 billion and $100 million? What the fuck, man?
It's the most expensive pizza in the world.
I'm pretty sure that guy... he sold the Bitcoin. He didn't
so everyone, the guy who bought the Bitcoin is always giving interviews. The guy who bought the pizzas is always giving interviews. But we never hear from the person who got the Bitcoin.
What happened with
What are they doing? I don't know. There's a lot of misconceptions about Bitcoin. You can research all day about the technical. Like if you're a technical person, a computer person, maybe you can research Bitcoin from a mining perspective or a security perspective on the blockchain. Me, I look at Bitcoin from an economic perspective. And I just keep it very simple. They're always printing more money, so the dollar always gets less valuable. Why would that change? I don't see it changing.
Bitcoin is an asset, right, today.
Yeah, what is Bitcoin is another
The
question.
only difference is we can print Bitcoin here, but there's a supply for it.
So what happened?
It's a competition.
So what happened? The world go crazy. We don't know Russia, whatever. We don't have any more internet in the world. What's gonna happen with Bitcoin? So I think
somewhere.
You think so? And then you're gonna have a way to get all your Bitcoins.
If
gold
would be
scenarios
are like so extreme and so crazy, we're going to be having other problems than what's going on with Bitcoin. People say, "Oh, what about quantum computing? Quantum computing is going to hack Bitcoin." If quantum computing can get to Bitcoin, it's already gotten to all your bank accounts. It's already gotten to the government databases. It's already gotten into everything else. Bitcoin is last because Bitcoin is the most secure.
With AI controlling everything?
I don't know. We don't have time for that. So
it's there's
a lot of misconceptions about Bitcoin. And I know people are busy and they don't have all the time to research everything. All I do is I research Bitcoin and economics and gold and real estate. I'm paid to do it. It's my job. I love it. And then I try and educate people and just teach. And if people want to listen, they can listen. If they think I'm wrong, fine. I don't care. So everyone needs to understand a few things about Bitcoin. The limited supply is number one. Unlimited supply of dollars. There is no limit of dollars. If there is one, find it. Prove me wrong. But I guarantee you, there is no limit to the supply of US dollars. Number two, there is a limit to the supply of Bitcoin. It is encrypted. It is encoded into the algorithm, into the technology, into the mathematic laws that govern Bitcoin. 21 million. No more. Period. You can't argue with that. You'd be arguing with millions of these around the world, millions of people around the world. And it's not possible. It's math. 2 + 2 is 4. 21 million is the limit of Bitcoin ever. There's no argument with that. So, do you want the thing that is infinite and unlimited and not scarce? Or do you want the thing that is limited, secure, and scarce? I don't sell Bitcoin to people. You can't sell Bitcoin. I don't charge people for, Bitcoin financial management. It's just, I just tell people, here's what it is, and you decide. And then people watching the news, if you're getting your world perspective from the news, guess what? You're going to be wrong. And you're always wondering why you're wrong. There's a lot of negative, it's FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt about Bitcoin.
I think the Bitcoin is still like in the phase of acceptance. Yeah. It's just like the internet.
Yeah.
The internet in 1990, everybody thought, oh, this is just like, it's not going to be nothing. It's going to be nothing. Today, everybody uses internet. Today is the main thing. So I remember in 2017, the whole crypto market was less than $500 billion. So today, only the Bitcoin is $2.5 trillion, only Bitcoin by itself. Crazy. And it's important to tell people too, because people will be like, oh, Dogecoin never comes to $1 and Bitcoin is $120,000. Why? Because of the supply.
And you can buy units. You could buy $1 of Bitcoin.
Fraction, right?
Fraction. People just go, oh, I don't have $122,000. I can't buy Bitcoin. Or Ethereum, 4,500, whatever it is today. No, you buy fractions. It's fine. And like that basic education, a lot of people don't know that. And here's another key thing. Put in people's heads. No one is too poor to invest 5 or 10%. Poor people think in dollar terms. Rich people think in terms of percentage. How much did you make on that investment? Don't tell me dollars.
You're talking about of his income, right? 5-10% of he makes, right?
5 or 10%. And if you can't invest 5%, look at yourself. Look at the micro. Look at yourself. What are you buying that you don't have to have? Pull up that credit card statement. Judge yourself. Look at yourself first. Yeah, Starbucks, $8 a day times 365.
There was a guy.
Do the math.
There was a guy on YouTube. He made a video about that. He said, "Let's pretend I spend $8 a day in Starbucks and coffee, and I'm gonna do a whole year invest $8 a day in Bitcoin." The whole year he made $80,000. Wow! All the money that he was gonna put in coffee, put in Bitcoin.
Do your own research. If I gave you $1,000 10 years ago, what should you have done with it?
How much?
$1,000.
10 years ago?
What should you have done with it?
Bitcoin.
Not Amazon, Not Tesla.
No. If you go back in time,
maybe Tesla. Oh, numbers on that.
If you can NVIDIA. NVIDIA.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, let's have a real battle. So that's another thing. I don't discriminate.
Shiba.
How do you guess all that?
Shiba for sure.
How do you guess all
Guess
that?
you don't. You get in and
You get in and
I do it all day, and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with learning. I'm very curious. I don't believe what I'm told. I have to research. I have to verify. But yeah, just putting that in people's heads. You can invest 5%. If you can invest 5%, good luck being poor your entire life. Fine. We can't help you. No one can help you. If you can't invest 5%, that's you. Percent. That could be $10 a month, whatever. I don't know. 5%. So you're thinking in terms of percentage, and then you look at all the options. You look at, gold and silver. That's done great the past 2 years.
Right now the gold is going up.
Yeah, I mean, this piece right here is 1 ounce of silver printed as a Bitcoin. It's almost $50, a little under $50 for this. 5 years ago, it was what, 25?
25.
So double in 5 years, okay. If your assets, if your investments are not increasing more than 7%, you're losing money. So you cannot work your way out of inflation. We all have the same problem. We're all trying to preserve our economic energy. We work, we give our labor, we give our skill, our time, our energy. So we're investing our economic energy, labor, work. You come home from work, you're tired. Why? You gave your energy to your boss, to that corporation, whatever. Mm-hmm. They took it. And they need to give you, exchange. It's just basic economics, as old as time. But when you get paid, you have to put your economic energy. The money is economic energy. What is money? I always say economic energy. To me, that makes sense. Economic energy. What is money? Money's not the paper in your wallet. Money's not the coins. Money's not the number on your bank account. Money is economic energy. So where are you going to put your energy? Where are you going to store your economic energy? A lot of people, you talk to them, what's money? Money is a piece of paper. If you think this is money, you don't understand the system. That's not money. This is what? Paper, some fibers. This is not money. This is something they can print. It's nothing. It has no value. It's a social construct. Money, like this, fiat money is a social construct. Bitcoin is a mathematical reality. Bitcoin is digital scarcity. The economy, well, I'll ask you, is the economy getting more or less digital as we go forward?
More.
I know. More. The economy is becoming more digital. We need a money for our economy. What's the purpose of money? To conduct economic activity. The economy is getting more digital. We need a more digital money. It's happening. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I kind of like cash for goods and services. You go to the restaurant and you tip, or you pay someone to do your yard work or whatever. It's nice to have cash. You pay your kids for doing chores. So don't get me wrong. I like cash, and I think humans always need cash, some form of physical exchange. But when we're talking about money as in Bitcoin or gold or stocks, or these are investments. These are a monetary store of value. So
not a form of payment.
Yeah. That's a debate in the community. So cash as a form of payment is kind of nice. But the real question we're all asking, and the real problem we're all trying to solve, is the money supply. 7% annual. Where do we preserve our economic energy? Put that in your head. Think about it. Think about it all week. Think about it all month. Where are you going to put your economic energy? What do you trust? Do your own research. Gold, stocks, land, real estate, Bitcoin, silver. Maybe you invest in yourself. Maybe you invest in your business. Like I said, I don't discriminate. Assets are assets. You need to choose the best asset for you based on your skill set, based on your competence, based on your situation as an individual. And if people don't put in the time to understand how to invest and understand the system of money, they're going to be in trouble. It's just a reality. How much time do you put into your work? your job? 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, thinking about it, doing it, working it. How much time? So that's to get the economic energy. That's to get your salary. Okay, so you put in 40 or 50 hours a week getting the money, okay? Maybe you love your job. Well, you wouldn't go to your job if they didn't pay you. So why are you working? To get money. Let's talk about money. Always. Put in 40 or 50 hours a week to get money. How much time each week do you put in to understand and protecting your money? Working for your money, getting your money, 50 hours a week. What's your number for protecting your money and growing your money? That's the investment. That's how do you protect your economic energy. You've got it. And maybe it's in a battery. Maybe your energy is in a battery in your bank account. Maybe it's in cash under your mattress. Well, that battery is leaking 7% annual. And if you're in Brazil, it's more. If you're in Argentina, it was really bad. I don't know what it is now. You know, Americans dealing with 7% monetary debasement, that bothers us. We get upset. But I know it's worse throughout Latin America. So these are problems everyone needs to understand, but you have to think about it first. Then you do your research. And if you don't want to think about it, fine. Enjoy being poor.
Well, what else can we say? Yeah, we got a new co-host here. Let's bring people to talk about
I was just thinking
economy, and you got a new co-host here. Come. Well, very good, Jhon. Everything just said. I learned a lot of you. And I believe the people that are watching us that has this, I was lucky. Who is lucky in watching us? I'm pretty sure learned a lot of things. Do you have anything else to say, Lucas?
I was just thinking everything he was saying was good because we can do some shorts, the clips,
Oh, definitely. I'm going to make some money with him.
I was just like, that was good.
Okay, I think that's all for today, right? Does you have anything?
We report, you decide. The bad news is we're working harder and we're getting less, period. The good news is you can do something about it. That's why I started my consulting firm about Bitcoin. Every human being, in my opinion, every person, every business, every government needs to have a Bitcoin strategy, a Bitcoin standard. The US government now has a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Okay. Donald Trump, his whole family is in on Bitcoin and crypto. Maybe you don't like him, maybe you do. I don't care.
No.
But he is in a position to influence the economy and the people around him. The people around him, think what you want about Donald Trump. The people around him are making decisions and influencing the economy. They believe in Bitcoin. Okay, well, maybe you don't like the US government.
They believe in Trump coin too.
Trump coin is a scam.
Watch out.
That's a scam.
Watch out.
Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock. BlackRock, do your own research, the company that owns everything.
Oh, they control the world.
Yeah.
We can go there.
Yeah, so do your own research. BlackRock, Larry Fink, the biggest corporation in the world, managing almost 13 trillion with a T, dollars of assets. BlackRock owns part of every company that you can name: Nike, Amazon, Google, Microsoft.
And they basically own Fox and CNN too, right? Both together.
Yeah. So Larry Fink, BlackRock. What does Larry Fink say? Bitcoin is digital gold. Okay? Maybe he's smarter than me about money. Maybe he's smarter than you about money. A little humility can come in hand when you're investing. Maybe you don't understand Bitcoin completely. Maybe your uncle said it was a scam. Maybe your mailman said Bitcoin is a scam. Okay, fine. What did Larry Fink say? Okay, cool. Harvard University. Last month, actually maybe late August, Harvard University bought $117 million worth of Bitcoin.
Well, I didn't know about it.
Sometimes we have maybe Harvard's smarter than me. Maybe Harvard's smarter than you. Maybe Harvard knows something that your uncle or your friend doesn't know. So this is happening. I'm not even saying it's good or bad. I'm saying this is happening. People need to research Bitcoin. They need to understand what Bitcoin is. And if they want to, they can create a Bitcoin treasury, a Bitcoin strategy for your children to preserve Bitcoin, for your business to invest in Bitcoin. So that's why we set up our firm, Economics. Economics Bitcoin Consultants. Because it is quite complex. I mean, there's all these different aspects of Bitcoin. So I personally, for people in my family and my friends, I say, yeah, you better understand Bitcoin. It's not as simple as buy Bitcoin. You have to understand the market. You have to understand how to custody it. You have to understand how to pass it on to future generations. Because run this forward. If your children don't have some Bitcoin in 30 years, take my advice. They're going to be in trouble. They'd be much better if they had some Bitcoin. People say it's too risky. I'm going to give you 2 scenarios and we're going to sign off.
No, keep.
2 scenarios. 5, 5, 5. Okay? So 1 scenario is risky. You put 5% of your money, your assets. 5% of your money you put into Bitcoin. 1 scenario. Just 5%. After 5 years, Bitcoin goes to $0. How much did you lose? 5%.
5%.
Okay. That's scenario number 1. You lose 5%.
It's a worst case scenario.
So it goes from 122, goes from over 100,000 to 0. It's not going to happen, but in some people's mind, that could happen. Oh, it's risky because I could lose everything. It could go to 0.
Yeah.
You're disagreeing with Harvard and Larry Fink and everyone, but fine. Okay, let's say we're just entertaining that hypothesis. It's risky. 5%, 5 years, goes to 0, you lose 5%. Scenario number 2, here's another risk. You invest 0% of your money in Bitcoin. After 5 years, Bitcoin goes to $1 million. That 5% you missed out on represents 50% of your portfolio. You missed out on 50% because you invested 0%. That's 1 scenario. Is Bitcoin going to 0 or $1 million? Do your own research, make your own opinions. Read the Bitcoin Standard. Read the Bitcoin White Paper. It's 8 pages. Bitcoin White Paper, PDF. Google it, download it, understand it. Go on YouTube and find influencers that you trust.
And it's really important to study about that before you guys buy Bitcoin, because a lot of people, when they start buying Bitcoin, they buy and just leave the money on the exchange. Do never leave money on the exchange. You guys can see FTX. You guys can see a bunch of examples of
cold wallets,
frauds.
Yeah, Luna coin. So be careful, guys.
Terra, né? Terra. You mean
Terra? Yeah, Terra Luna.
Terra Luna.
Yep.
Research.
Yeah, it's important to keep in a cold wallet.
Don't buy Bitcoin. Research Bitcoin.
Research Bitcoin. Research cold wallet.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Any more examples? No, I love it.
What you want any more sound bites?
No, where people can find you, Jhon, if they want to see your work, things that you're talking about.
Excellent, dude. Just LinkedIn, Jhon Dorrell, Economics.io. That's our consulting firm. And I was doing a few things on TikTok at Economics. Probably need some more on TikTok because I want to educate people. I want to inform people. Bitcoin's really helped me. Bitcoin's helped a lot of people around me. I was always economically curious. I was always questioning. And I always felt I was being lied to with misinformation from the media, from corporations, from the government. That's just always kind of my instinct. I'm like, they don't seem like they're being honest to me. So I always searched out different things. The Bitcoin community is very much about that. Contrarian thoughts, not trusting. Research. Don't trust, verify. And so that led me to Bitcoin. So I want to help people. I want to educate people. And I want people to help themselves. I want to empower people. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Look at the money supply. Look at the prices. Because a lot of people feel it instinctively. It just feels like things are off. It feels like things are too expensive. My job is to research and then quantify it and get all the data and tell you exactly why. But most people don't have that much time. We're busy. We're working. We have family. We have problems. We have all these things. But I'm telling you, you do need to devote some of your time to understanding what is happening to your money. You're working to earn it, but you're not working enough to protect it. Rich people protect it. Rich people spend all their time on how to protect it because they already have it. And after you get Bitcoin, here's the real play. 5-10 years from now, everyone's going to understand it. Everyone needs a Bitcoin treasury. That's a treasury for your family or for your company. And you build your Bitcoin treasury over the years. And then in 2, 3, 5, 10 years, you can borrow against your Bitcoin. That's the coming future of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is digital scarcity. Bitcoin is digital capital. Bitcoin is digital collateral. So you'll build this for your family or for your business. And then Bitcoin, you look at the rate of return, the ROI is over 50% a year. It's compounding exponentially. So people always look back, well, I shouldn't have sold my Ethereum, shouldn't have sold my Bitcoin. In the future, you'll be able to borrow against your Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin will increase faster than the borrowing you're taking out. So you'll have this infinite money loop. If you're wise, if you create a good strategy, and it continues to follow historical trajectories, you set up a situation for the inheritance of your family to be protected against the government monetary debasement that is constant and steady and international. Brazil, America, England, whoever. They keep printing money. They keep printing money. They cannot print Bitcoin.
Beautiful. You guys really know what to do. So yeah, we don't have more time. I wish, but he will be back for sure, right, Lucas? He will be back. I'm gonna bring some more people here.
We gotta do the second episode.
We have 38. Tá. E você tá convidado para vir cá falar sobre Bitcoin. 38, it's a very famous guy. He's a YouTuber. Cool. That he's very knowledgeable about Bitcoin. 38 is his name. I'm inviting him to come here and talk to him. He lives if I'm not sure, he lives in Florida. Yeah. So,
Florida's a Bitcoin state.
Yeah, he lives in Florida. So, Jhon, I have no words to say how happy and how glad I am to have you in our podcast. We are starting this podcast and to talk about economy, Bitcoin. I couldn't have anybody better than you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank
right?
you, Jhon.
And you have anything to say, Lucas?
No, we're good. And thank you. Subscribe below.
Yeah, please leave a like, comment anything you want. Share this video or if a friend or if a family member that wants to know about, who wants to know more about Bitcoin, if they want to be educated about something that is happening, it's real, it's going to change your life. And muito obrigado. Solta o like aí, né, no botão. Se você não gostou do vídeo, dá o like do mesmo jeito. Por favor, ajuda a gente aí nesse projeto maravilhoso. Vai vir muito vídeo legal. Muito obrigado. Um beijo, um abraço.
E uma boa
Até a próxima. Obrigado.